No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable.
You...
Rabble.
I missed the rebels. I was concentrating on the yard. Well, then it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately... Rawr. Press statement 2.
Okay. You're like, hey, how did you get over there? You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect?
As
it just said.
I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
Huh. Maybe I should press her for more details. No, I'm not leaving her alone. Press her. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. Long her car was. She was a visitor. That's
she was a visitor. Thus, she was parked in B block.
So you witnessed the murder from here. That would make it about 30 feet.
That would make it about 30 feet from the car. Yes.
Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. The cough of cream.
Oh, Patchy, what are you thinking of?
Yikes. The cough of queen, lunch lady athlete, indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Guy not get away?
Press this one too.
Oh, press this one too. Oh, fine. She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say?
If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Cheeky.
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word?
So there was something in the car's muffler.
So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes. The chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone? It can't mean... By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene?
Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory...
It's like a salmon headed upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall?
That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness.
Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying?
You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
The things I do to place this rookie defense attorney.
And a cell phone at the court record. You can present something. No, not here.
Not on the statement? On this one?
Go back. Oh no, you have to present statement 4. Press that one.
Oh, press this one?
Yee.
Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court?
Aha, I was going to ask the same thing. Oh,
I say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. The chief picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. She put her own stuff in her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over.
Oh. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence.
Then my bullet grabbed her arm.
The chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this?
What is it, Mr. Wright?
Chief prosecutor made to escape, but against age will start resistance of futile.
What do I do now?
Go back? Yeah, you can present evidence there.
This?
No, you should have a map of some sort. Yeah. Yeah, because look, if she's on the other side, the telephone's behind the little partition thingy.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Law in the Sky.
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? Bitch. You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me. I'll make your coffin all up.
Ahem, let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't have possibly seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the backside of this partition. If indeed you were in Block B, you couldn't have seen it.
Rubber. Order. What is the meaning of this?
It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies.
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong.
What do you think?
Saw it?
Hey.
This guy tried to use the emergency fund, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it.
Pointless to lie. I see.
Let's say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency fund. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
A different location? No, that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it.
Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime?
All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. Right?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah. This is the only place where she could have been.
Security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone.
Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in a block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star?
How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think the tables could be turned.
Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star. Rabble, 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 rabble. Order, order, witness. Phoenix Wright. Shh, stop yawning. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished.
And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails.
I like how there's just a deep breath and then you say it.
Listen.
The guilty is she's talking about this guy.
Mr. Wright, doesn't it strike you as odd? Why didn't Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the crime for the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands.
It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edward.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury? She knows this.
Perjury, yeah.
She wouldn't risk that without a good reason.
It's basically lying on the stand.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright.
Huh? Me?
Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Star witnessed the crime for that security guard station. Well, I'm like yawning to death here. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. There must be a vital difference. But what? What would change? The difference in lighting.
No, it'd be
This one?
distance. Yeah.
It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Star, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky?
Well, witness? You.
Yes?
You ordered the squid wheels, right?
The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible.
I was bringing in a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Run. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking and B block. That's quite the detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes. This changes things.
But it was that woman over there in the defense chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention.
Yes, it is.
Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely.
Oh my. Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, You have to do something. Make caviar or something.
I raise an objection. I can't just sit back and do it. Yeah. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente.
I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, Ricky.
A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a criminal, what would you do with your 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Guy dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable.
You...
Rebel.
I missed the rebels. I was concentrating on a year hard. Well, then it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright!
That was too close.
I'm afraid the cough of Queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Yay.
Hold it! Or whatever. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you.
I have decisive evidence.
What was that?
Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Whew, a triple-decker. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
I may have to split this into 2 episodes.
Okay. Sick.
What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? I want to see the boysenberry and PB sandwich there.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. I was on Tinder. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. Duh. And the other blood type...
Match that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
What?
There was blood found on that shoe. Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. For $5.99. Rabble. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. You're a piece of shit. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. Teehee. Rar. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
That's 6?
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edward's sure celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. You son of a bitch. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously,
The shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today.
even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty still.
You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Teehee. Victim shoe added to court record. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Examine the shoe.
Examine? Oh yeah, because we have
Yeah.
forensics now, don't we?
Yeah.
Check.
Look at it. Look at it. This blood, it's my sister's, right?
It appears so. My right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She wasn't quite herself at the time of the crime.
Poor sis. Check more.
Oh wow.
Ah! There's blood here too!
On the sole of the shoe. It's gotta be the victim. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All this blood, it's horrible!
This blood might be an important clue.
You can leave. You get to press statements now. The last one.
Oh wow.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Crap.
Oh, that is the last one.
I can't let this evidence go through without a fight.
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, season enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe?
Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? There is a problem, right?
Yep.
If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about this victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence.
It's this, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood. Makes sense, the victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe? Look at the photo. Look at this graph.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there's no blood on the ground. Right? The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? That makes sense
Aha.
here. As you can see, there are no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because Dill Pickle is playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We checked the scene
Hey.
and found nothing of the sort.
Rabble. Order. Well, witness? What? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh.
That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What? Oh, hold it. I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
The defense is a dumbass. Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. I'm happy I got to do that again. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth.
Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness?
Oh, witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Oh,
Was brimming with water.
Water? What does that mean?
Wawa. Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Well, so that she could just get rid of the blood on the floor, right? I mean, that makes sense.
Aha, you don't mean. Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Rabble. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence. Bitches.
That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please.
Well, what can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it.
But
Wouldn't her blood be on the knife?
well, they only found the victim's blood on the knife.
Exactly. If she cut
Enough.
herself with the knife, then her blood would be on the knife. That's weird. No.
Enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star's on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Hold it! Or whatever. Little girl, what did you just say? The fuck did you just say? to me? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints.
Now,
Well,
if she was British, that would have a different meaning. The bloody footprints, damn it.
I thought you got your fill, but you were demanding a second helping.
another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Oh, whoops.
You're supposed to scare the coffin queen. Look at this. Look at this graph.
A photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the...
White shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in that photo!
Hey, it's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia.
Right. Wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Get yourself up off your ass. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
Did we like siphon some psychic energy off of Maya? And that's why we can talk to her? Or hear her
You
at
could say
least?
that.
This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection! I knew it. Your Honor, wait.
What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. The one...
Okay, let's grab.
The trial isn't over. We'll give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah, I'll think later. Hey, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph.
This?
The
problem in this photograph is here.
What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You just said muffler.
I called it. I called it way earlier.
However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. Muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony.
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind.
Tell us what you think this piece of cloth.
Tell us why you think this piece of cloth and the muffler is related to this case.
That's one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Star, we call your testimony for the court.
Yes.
When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Urgh.
Yeah.
Could be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe. If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Sus.
Suspend.
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so.
That was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
You still hungry? I'm hungry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hungry as well.
And the next episode, well, you said you were gonna split it.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, the next episode, we're gonna find out what it's the freaking cloth
Yeah.
muffler.
Yay.
Thingy.
This'll be fun for sure.
Spread some love into the world with me. Peace out from B-tean screen. See you guys later. Bye bye.
Oh my god.
Right?
You
Did
were
I get it
so
right?
close. So
Damn
close.
it.
See you guys next time.
I'll see you guys next time. Peace out from B-tean screen. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yay.